I know there's a love-hate relationship with the catfish throwing tradition. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, we never encourage anyone throwing anything on the ice ever. I mean, no one would ever want to do that. But there is a rich tradition with our catfish, and it really goes back to the rivalry with the Red Wings. When we first got here, a lot of our fans were wing nuts, if you will, or Pred Wings, because there's such a big automotive move down here. So when we got here, when we played the Red Wings, it was like a home game for them. And the first game we played against them, someone threw an octopus on the ice, which is their tradition. One of our fans said, wait a minute, we need our own to rival this. Hence the catfish came about.
So, Sean, I'm a Michigan man. I grew up throwing octopi. I got friends that got kicked out of Joe Louis Arena for chucking their own cephalopods. They're a lot easier to smuggle into an arena than a catfish. How have you seen people getting these things into the arena? Because these are some pretty big fish.
Well, obviously, I've never seen anyone get one in the arena because we did. You know, we'd frisk them, take it away.
But theoretically.
Theoretically, I've seen or heard videos where people literally shrink wrap them to their bodies. So they put it on their chest, you wrap it around, and bring it on in. But you need some really good friends because that's not a one-man operation. Where an octopi, you can slip that almost anywhere.
So the octopi, it was originally you needed 8 wins to win the Stanley Cup, 1 for each leg. What does the tradition signify with the catfish?
Well, I don't want to make fun of people from Michigan like yourself, but actually they throw a squid, which is very odd because it's only 6 wins and sort of problems there. But the catfish really was, how do we answer the octopus when their fans are doing it on our ice? And the catfish is pretty prevalent right in the Cumberland River, right here. So as the story goes, or the myth, the guy that used to own Rippy's went right on down the Cumberland, caught himself catfish, came running in the building and threw it over the glass. So I like rolling with that iconic story.
So you talked about Pred Wings and the inception of the franchise. Now that you've been around for about 2 decades or so, what has hockey become in Nashville?
Well, it's the best experience in sports, and you'll see that at the game tonight. We have the loudest, most irreverent fans. We love being a non-traditional city, and we play to that. I mean, our fans, we celebrate hockey in a very unique way. We're loud. Our fans never sit. I don't even know why we have seats in the building. But it's also a real knowledgeable fan base. Professional hockey in Nashville has long, long roots. And again, you'll see it tonight. Our fans are rabid, and they expect the best of what we are, and that's to compete for the ultimate prize every year.
Introduce us to these two back here.
Yeah. So the 2 names, we got Gil and Ben. Hal Gill, former player of ours, does our color commentary on radio. And Ben, one of our biggest fans, figuratively and literally, passed away a few years ago. And he really embraced the catfish more than any fan that we had. He used to actually paint his whole body with inspirational messages for our fans. And right when we were building this, unfortunately passed away. So we thought it was right to name after Big Ben.
So are these two sort of official, unofficial mascots then?
Well, I would never say official because Nash may jump out of anywhere and jump me. But they are unofficial mascots and really represent the fun that builds around that tradition. And that's what we're about. We like people to come in here and laugh and smile, and these help do it a little bit. You'll see we have a live cam feed from the tank to the scoreboard. You'll see it tonight.
That's good. Instruments of crime, I assume it's because you're not really wanting people to throw the catfish on the ice?
No, actually, we had a very passionate fan, Catfish Jake, who traveled to Pittsburgh during the Stanley Cup, and he threw a catfish. Probably didn't mean to. I'm not sure how it got out of his hand. And the charge was actually pressed against Jake, and they called the catfish in the police report an instrument of crime. So it's kind of become an infamous moniker.